Hi everyone, I'm very happy to welcome you all to Dr. JJ's Virtual Academy of Commerce. In this video, I'm going to take you through a problem and its related solution which involves preparation of cash flow statement as per Accounting Standard 3 of India. I'm going to follow the indirect method of preparing cash flow statement for this problem. Let us get into the details of the problem. From the following balance sheets of A Limited, prepare a cash flow statement as per AS3 under indirect method. The balance sheets are given for 2 years ending on 31/12/2017 and on 31/12/2018. So 2018 is a current year for this problem. If you look at the details given on the liability side of the balance sheets, you find equity capital without any change in its value. General reserve, we find an increase of 400 rupees in the value of general reserve, followed by we find profit and loss account, opening and closing balance is given. Creditors, a current liability, we find decrease in its value. Outstanding expenses is another current liability, we find again decrease in its value. Provision for taxation, opening 1600 rupees and closing 1800 rupees. If there is an additional information in connection with the provision for taxation, we will open a separate ledger account for it. Then provision for doubtful debts, it could be treated as a current liability. In this problem, we are treating it as a current liability. The opening value is 40 rupees and the closing is 60 rupees. We find an increase in the value of that current liability. Let us look at the details of assets. Goodwill, an intangible asset. We find decrease in the value of goodwill, which is nothing but goodwill written off, which would be channelized through the adjusted profit and loss account, because this is a non-operating activity and therefore it would be recorded in the adjusted profit and loss account. Followed by we find two non-current assets. They are none other than land and building. If required, we will open ledger accounts for them, or else we will incorporate the changes in the values of non-current assets in the cash flow statement itself. Then investments. It is again a non-current asset. We find increase in the value of investment, which is nothing but purchase of investment, that would be recorded under investing activity of cash flow statement. Inventories, accounts receivable, these two are current assets. We find decrease in the value of inventories. With regard to accounts receivable, we find an increase in the value of accounts receivable. Fine. Bank balance is given, opening 660, closing 1520 rupees. Let us look at the additional information. A piece of land has been sold for 400 rupees. Therefore, if you look at the value of the land, opening 4000 rupees, closing 3600, and exactly the difference between the two 400 is the value of the land sold during the year. This is a cash inflow which would be recorded under investing activities of cash flow statement. So no need to open a ledger account for land. Then regarding buildings, yes, you find the second additional information as depreciation on buildings was 1700. It is good that we open a separate ledger account for buildings and record the same in that account. Then the third additional information says provision for taxation was made for 1500. So during the current year 2018, the concern has made a provision amounted 1500 rupees towards taxation. So we will open a separate ledger account for provision for taxation and record this item over there. So this is what about the understanding over the problem. Let us get into the details of the ledger accounts I have opened. The first ledger account what I have opened is provision for taxation account. This is being a credit item. We will write the opening balance in the credit side. Buy balance brought down 1600 rupees. The closing balance is written in the debit side. To balance carried down 1800. Now let us do posting for the additional information, which is nothing but provision for taxation amounted 1500 made during the year. What is the journal entry for making provision for taxation? Adjusted profit and loss account debtor to provision for taxation, and that is what recorded here. So we have already covered these two. Now, if you look at the credit side items of this particular ledger account, 1600 opening, 1500 that's a current year provision made. The total of this account is supposed to be 3100 rupees. If nothing else has been carried out in relation to the taxation, but what is the actual closing balance in this account? It is only 1800. So you find 1300 rupees is missing from this account, which is nothing but tax paid. What is the journal entry for payment of tax? Provision for taxation account debtor to cash 1300. So we have closed that ledger. Now let us open building ledger account. I said we don't require to open a separate account for land, but we need to open a ledger account for buildings. Buildings being an asset, the opening balance will be written in its debit side. To balance brought down 3700, by balance carried down, closing balance 3600. So we were informed that depreciation on building was 1700 rupees. Therefore, what is the journal entry for making depreciation on a fixed asset building? Adjusted profit and loss account debtor to building account, and that is recorded. Fine. Now you check it out. From the opening 3700, if you depreciate building to the value of 1700, the expected closing balance in that account is supposed to be 2000 rupees. But what is the actual closing balance? We find 3600 as actual closing balance. Therefore, there is an increase of 1600 rupees in that account, which is nothing but purchase of building taken place during the current year 2018. What is the journal entry for purchase of building? Buildings account debtor to bank or cash account. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out, and that's what we have recorded. So this is a cash outflow through investing activity which would be recorded in the cash flow statement. Now let us prepare the last ledger account in this problem, which is nothing but adjusted profit and loss account. Profit being a credit balance, let us write the opening balance in the credit side, by balance brought down 1600, and the closing will be written in the other side, to balance carried down 1300. These two figures are given in the balance sheet itself. Now let us go through the ledgers, balance sheets and the additional information to pick up the items or aspects which will affect or which have to be channelized through the adjusted profit and loss account. Now here you find adjusted P&L account debtor to provision for taxation. So that is recorded here 1500, 1500. Adjusted profit and loss account debtor to depreciation on building. So to depreciation on building 1700. Let us get into the liability side of the balance sheet to know whether there is any change in the value of items like general reserve. Yes, we find there is an increase of 400 rupees in general reserve, which is nothing but transfer of a portion of profit to general reserve, which is a non-operating activity, and that should be reversed, and that's why it's recorded. To transfer to general reserve 400 rupees. Then do we have any other item in the liability side to be recorded there? No. Then let us get into the asset side. We find an intangible asset which is nothing but goodwill. There is a decrease in the value of goodwill amounted 200 rupees, which is nothing but goodwill written off, a non-operating activity that should be recorded here. So to goodwill written off 200 rupees. Then if you look at the additional information, the first information doesn't have any role to play in adjusted P&L account. Depreciation on building is already recorded. Provision for tax made is also already recorded. Therefore, now we are ready for closing the adjusted profit and loss account. If you close, we come to know the balance sheet figure in its credit side. The amount comes to 3500, which is nothing but funds from operations, which could otherwise be known as adjusted profit before working capital changes. Now let us get into the preparation of cash flow statement under indirect method as per AS3. Fine. What is the first category of cash flows? It is nothing but cash flow from operating activities. The first item written under the first category is adjusted profit before working capital changes 3500. Now let us do the adjustment for changes in the values of current assets and current liabilities. Now, what is the first current asset? Inventories. We find decrease in the value of inventories. It's amounted 660. Decrease in the current asset leads to cash inflow, and that's why it's written without bracket. And the next one, accounts receivable. We find increase in the value of this current asset. It leads to cash outflow, and the 220 is written within bracket. Then followed by, let us get into the liability side, creditors. We find decrease in the value of the current liability, creditors. That stands for cash outflow. It is amounted 260, written within bracket. And the next current liability is outstanding expenses. We find decrease in the value of this current liability. It also stands for cash outflow. It's amounted 40 rupees. That's also recorded. And the next one, provision for bad debts. We find increase in the value of this current liability. Increase in the current liability leads to cash inflow. It is amounted 20 rupees. The total comes to 3,660, a positive figure. From that amount, let us subtract the tax paid in relation to the operating activities. What is that? 1,300 rupees tax paid. It is a cash outflow. The final answer for the first category of cash flows is nothing but 2,360. That's a positive value. So what is the name for it? It is a cash generated or cash from operating activities. Now let us get into the second category of cash flows. That's nothing but cash flows from investing activities. Under investing activities, we will be recording the changes in the values of non-current assets and investments. Now regarding land, we were informed that the concern has sold a portion of the land for 400 rupees, which is a cash inflow, and that's recorded there. Sale of land. And the next one is about investments. Investments, you find increase in the value of investments amounted 300, which is nothing but purchase of investment. That stands for cash outflow under investing activities. So purchase of investment 300 written within bracket. And here building, if you look at building, which is another non-current asset, we find purchase of building for a value of 1,600, which is a cash outflow under investing activities, and that is also recorded. See, look at it. It's a cash outflow, purchase of building, sale of land, cash inflow, then purchase of investment, cash outflow. So the result of all the investing activities comes to 1,500 rupees of cash used in investing activities, and that's what we have come to know. Let us get into the third category of cash flows, which could be titled cash flows from financing activities. Under this category, we will be recording the changes in the values of capital and non-current liabilities. Do you find any change in the value of capital? Absolutely no. What about the non-current liabilities? We don't find any non-current liability in this problem. Therefore, what about the activities to be recorded under the third category of cash flows? There is nothing to be recorded. Therefore, the result of the third category of cash flows is nil. Now let us add the total of these two, because the other one is 0. So 2,360, this is being a minus value, you deduct 1,500, you get the net result of 860 rupees, a positive value, which could be named as net increase in cash held by the business during the current year 2018. With that, you add the opening cash and bank balance, which is nothing but 660. If you add it, you get the total of 1,520, which is nothing but the closing bank balance. I hope you all have enjoyed my lecture in this video, and thanks for your time to watch this video. I'll meet you in another video. Bye for now, everyone.